screwed it up. Might as well. And I'll just take the recording off the stream. There's no sense to record this. But to
Oh shit, so they're going that way?
Ooh. Turn your microphone off. Tell me to turn your microphone off. Turn your microphone off. Whoever's microphone's on.
That's them out at the...
I'll go help them.
How'd it go? Turn the gain down on that.
Yeah, I know. I stream football games.
Turn the gain down on the mic.
Over there, I've driven from like 4 hours away. My husband is home still, so there's a possibility they can go on.
Yep, it should be on our website. Let's go to our game section.
Thank you very much.
Awful. Here it comes.
Adjusting his like f-stop and everything?
Yeah, we should, well, I mean, the sun will be down essentially, so.
He's gonna go into like shadow places.
Yeah, how much light out here. Sounds good. Liz. Can you hear me? Rowan, are you on headset? Joe Rowan. Liz, what's your camera temperature set at? It looks pretty sweet. Actually, I think I like that one too.
We can't see him. Does he know it? You don't talk to me yet.
Joe Rowan. I can't see your camera. Webby, can you set that camera to 5500? Well, did you check it at all? Does it have a filter on anything? Let's go 5500, all the way open, no filters. think we have to get this bolt higher. He's cutting out all of the
little ones?
nonstop. No, the long distance.
Let's point it that way.
I think
Okay.
you want to run maybe. I don't know, they need something else? He's back now.
You going back out or you want me to bring
I'm going. But you see him up there good, right?
Yes.
What did I come here to get? Oh, the other thumb control. We lost thumb control.
We have the finish line
you're
camera
live?
and
You want to do a nice...
we have the tall.
How close do you have to be?
And you showered. We're good.
What's up?
How close do you have to be picked up?
What?
You can just go ahead and talk into it so you know test 1, 2.
Test 1, 2.
Freaking autofocus is off, so we gotta run this thing down again.
Rowan, can you hear me?
10 minutes to the start of the women's race, or 5 minutes to the start of the women's race. 5
Joe
minutes.
Rowan. Can you hear me on this headset?
Got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all of my love. So no, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home.
Dude, Rowan, is your headset on?
No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got for you to do.
Joe Rowan, is your headset on?
So is the one that says program the one that the viewers are looking at?
Yep.
Okay. And the other, right.
Yep, it's just,
Oh, good. Brady's tweet. I told him to start hashtagging it.
what's it say?
It's on the home page, MSUM Dragon. No, athletics. Yep, that's the one. Except for I can't see the top cam. It says my bolt's connected, but I have no video. Maybe just that top one, yeah. Should be like the sunset right now.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm trying to do some other things. All right, Joe Rowan, did you just turn on your headset?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hang on. Is it just nothing? Is it cutting in and out?
No, I have it. It's connected, but
That's him. We lost both. This is Joe. This is Joe Rowan.
How's camera 5 looking?
it's not there. 3 just cuts in and out.
Got nothing. We need to get this elevated somehow.
Yeah, the roof.
The roof. This is all we got. We don't have a whole lot of cable.
We have 250 right there.
Well, all right. We gotta lose the headsets. They're not working.
No, yeah.
2 minutes to the start of the women's race. 2 minutes.
All right, lose the headsets. We're doing all one. Damn it! We need this thing to work.
You want to go up with it?
Yeah, let's freaking do it. That's all we got. We don't have power to go that far though.
We have extensions.
Right. Sam, there's a roll of tape out on their camera. Can you go get it quick? Watch that thing reserve there behind you. You can start talking at any time.
Okay. And then this is how I know if they can hear me at that green bar. Mic check, mic check.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going out, so you're live.
Sounds good. All right, we're live here at the 2015 Randy Smith Invitational. The Dragon women and the rest of the field are about to take off here at 8:15. We're 1 minute away from race time. You can hear the teams starting to do their pre-meet chants and cheers, getting all psyched up for the race. We have a bigger field on the women's side tonight with teams like University of Minnesota Duluth and Bemidji State bringing their women's teams to the meet. Our champion last year, Molly Montoni, is returning here for the Dragons for her senior year.
Come back to master control.
And there's the gun, and the race is on.
Camera 5, bring your periscope down and see if you're teared out.
We have a field here stacked with a lot of talent. We have a lot of girls, women from Duluth in the field, many All-Americans from last year. Those include Brianna Colbinson, the junior. She was 7th in the NSIC last year, 6th in the Central Region, and 25th at Nationals. Emmy Trost is also back for the Bulldogs, the sophomore. She was 8th at the NSIC, 8th at the Central Region, and 18th at Nationals. She's also All-American in the 1,500 meters outdoor last year. Hannah Olson is a senior back for the Bulldogs. She was 11th in the NSICs last year, 12th at the Central Region, and 27th at the national meet down in Louisville. As a team, the Duluth women finished second in the NSIC last year. They actually lost it on a tiebreaker to Augustana, and then they went back to take the Central Region, winning that handedly, and taking third at Nationals. The Bulldog women are currently ranked 4th in the nation, so it'll be great to see how the Dragons compare to these national-ranked UMD girls. Last year at the Randy Smith, Molly Montoni took the win. Mackenzie Smith, the junior for MSUM, was the 3rd place finisher. The Dragons add some new talent this year with Marissa Carlson. She's a true freshman from Bagley Foston.
Swapping cables here. 'Cause that one is not helping us.
The race field has made their first 2 turns, and now they're on the long backstretch. We're working to get the cart camera to you.
He's got to come in pair.
Rowan, I need you to come back here. Come back to your best spiritual.
We'll be getting that camera footage to you from the lead cart very soon. The course is lined with glow sticks and portable lights, and we have some music playing for these athletes as they race the 6K course. Excuse me, 4K course for the women, 6K for the men. Two. The men will have 3. We're racing 2-kilometer loops here. The women have 2 laps to make it a 4K race, and the men will have 3 laps for a 6K. Spectators are lining up now, ready for the race to come their way and the runners to come around. Also in the field is Jamestown University. They have Samantha Van Hoeven, who finished 2nd at the Jamestown Duel just 2 weeks ago. Concordia women have Melissa Urich, who won the Jamestown Duel just 2 weeks ago.
We just had it.
And we are about to get you that live feed camera view of the cart as it passes by now. We're working on getting that to you. The Minot women also have Katie Ledesma, who finished 6th at the Randy Smith last year. All right, the runners are approaching mile 1 here. Shortly, they will be taking a left turn and coming right by our camera angles here that we can bring to you. Fans are lining up, getting ready to cheer their runners on. We'll be able to give you an update of the lead pack and some of the runners that are having some success early in the race here. Here come those runners. Looks like we have a host of bulldogs with Molly Montoni in the mix. Four runners are running away with it now. They're in the lead pack here as they approach the 2 kilometer mark. We got Molly Montoni in the mix with 3 bulldogs. I'm willing to bet that that's Brianna Colbinson, the junior, Emmy Trost, the sophomore, and Hannah Olson, the senior. Here we go. We got a pack of 3 here. 2 bulldogs and Molly Montoni looking great, running strong. We have another bulldog. I believe that's Brianna Colbinson, trailing them by approximately 10 meters. Here comes a pack of 2. We have Mackenzie Smith, the junior for MSUM, and Marissa Carlson out of Bagley Foston, the true freshman, hanging on tight, running a great race here. Here are a few more runners trickling in. We have some Bemidji State girls. Emily Mamanga is running right by here. She's the senior for the Dragons. Native of Humboldt, South Dakota. And the rest of the field.
I have 5, yes.
I'm not connected to Geo headset at all. I'm hearing nothing about it.
The runners are passing 2K currently, 2 kilometers in this field of women. They have 1 lap to go to complete the race. This is a 4K race. That's Ellie Taggy for the Dragons passing by on your screen there. We're working on getting these cameras back to you so you can see these leaders in the race here. When they passed by at 2 kilometers, we had Molly Montoni, Emmy Trost, and Hannah Olson in the lead pack with Brianna Colbinson trailing not far behind. That's Molly Montoni, the Dragon, and 3 UMD Bulldogs all in the mix. We also had trailing Brianna Colbinson from Duluth. We had a pack of 2 Dragons, Marissa Carlson and Mackenzie Smith. Mackenzie finished 3rd here last year at the Randy Smith. She was also 12th at the NSIC conference meet and 29th at the Central Region. She is your MSUM 10K school record holder. It's 60 degrees here in Moorhead today. Feels a little colder than that on the grass, but these athletes probably are not thinking that it's cold out right now. This is prime running temperatures for a distance runner. The competitive juices should be flowing with the music pumping loud and lots of fans here lining the course. The men's teams are out warming up now. The race is scheduled to start at 8:45. We'll be working to get you this lead cart camera. Get a nice view of the leaders here. The course looks fairly well lit with some portable lights and some glow sticks. It's just a great ambiance and great atmosphere for distance running. Nothing compares to a night race like this. The runners should be passing by on the far side of the course soon. Porta potty's on the other side. Savannah, who's winning right now? Did they pass over there yet?
I just was over there.
Oh. I was just wondering who's winning because we couldn't see.
Molly was with 2 other girls.
Yeah, I saw them when they came by here, but... All right. We're unsure of who is in the lead right now, as we do not have a camera angle on those lead girls. As soon as I find out, I'll let you know. When they came by at 2K, it was a pack of 3 Bulldogs and Molly Montoni. I can hear some fans all the way across the field here, cheering them on the backstretch. Some very passionate coaches out here. All right, I can see the lead cart here taking the final left turn, which means there's approximately 300 meters to go in the race. The lead cart has made the turn. And we have ourselves a race here with 300 meters to go. It's Montoni and Emmy Trost, I believe. The Bulldog and the Dragon duking it out these last 200 meters here. They both have some great speed. They're both All-Americans in the 1500 last year. We'll see who has more to get to the finish line. Looks like Emmy Trost has Molly Montoni by a few meters at this point. We are approximately 100 meters left here in the race. That's Emmy Trost. Followed really right on her tail is Molly Montoni. Trost has about 5 meters. Montoni's closing now. Montoni's even with Trost. It's going to be a kick to the finish. Montoni, I think Molly broke her. Molly Montoni takes the victory as the Randy Smith champion, beating out Emmy Trost to the finish. What an exciting finish. Here we go with a couple of Bulldogs. This is going to be a tight finish for 3rd and 4th here. Looks like one runner fades as Brianna Colbinson kicks to the finish. And the Duluth goes 3 and 4. Here's Mackenzie Smith for the Dragons, coming in 5th. Great finish for Mackenzie Smith. And here comes the true freshman, Marissa Carlson, looking great down the line. Her form's falling apart, but she is running her way to a 5th place finish. Excuse me, 6th place finish. Couple more Bulldogs will round out their top 5 with a very low score here tonight. An impressive run by the Bulldogs here. They are currently ranked 4th in the Division II nation. Emily Mamanga with a very strong finish for the Dragons. That's good to see out of the senior, Emily Mamanga. Strong finish for Emily. That rounds out the Dragons' top 4. And we have a couple more Bulldogs and some Jamestown people mixing it in here. I'm going to guess that that's Samantha Van Hooveren. We have some more Bulldogs and a few Concordia runners finishing up their race here with a really impressive 4K. Here comes the number 5 runner for the Dragons, Mindy Kraft. Mindy Kraft, the South Dakota native, kicking hard to the finish, but she's going to have a close race with this Bemidji athlete. Mindy Kraft just gets edged out at the finish, I believe. Very tight finish to round out the Dragons' top 5. Duluth has an impressive score coming in here. They'll be low 20s for a team total, which was probably expected by most people as they are ranked 4th in the nation. A few more Dragons finishing up here. The fans are out and they are pumped up for this. We have a little M&M playing in the background. We have some runners here finishing with the lights and the glow sticks. It's a great atmosphere for a night race. Couple more Dragons coming in here. Alicia and Samantha Nelson have both finished for the Dragons. Here's the freshman Mackenzie finishing it up for the Dragons. All these runners showing what they have these last 300 meters when they come around that final left turn to the finish. We have a nice chute set up here with a big finish banner.
I know. I heard them swearing at each other on the radio. Someone was saying they can't stop. They're like, "You even stop." I can't stop. The girls almost caught us.
Molly won it.
I saw that.
Montoni, your winner here tonight in the 4K race for the women.
I was
Just edging out Emmy Trost for the Bulldogs.
I gave a little encouragement from the lead chart.
Emmy had her number back in outdoor season, beating Molly by a couple seconds there in the 1500 out at Nationals with a 5th place and a 7th place finish. But Molly had the best of her tonight with a great finish, spectacular finish in the chute. Can't ask for better running conditions if you're a distance runner here. 60 degrees, it's a little chilly for spectators, but it must feel good for these runners. And we have some Eminem playing in the background for them, and fans are lining the course. Just a great atmosphere for a night race here in Moorhead. We're 13 minutes away from the start of the men's as the rest of these women finish up their 4K race. The men will be running a 6K. We'll hopefully be bringing you a lead cart camera angle for this men's race, as well as a few other camera angles. We're working out the bugs with some technical difficulties here during the women's race. Molly Montoni with the victory here, individually taking the crown for the Randy Smith to repeat it from last year. And then we had number 2 was Emmy Trost, 3 Brianna Colbinson, 4 I believe was Hannah Olson, and 5th place we had Mackenzie Smith for the Dragons. In 6th place we had unofficially we had Marissa Carlson. These are all unofficial placements, and that was your top 6, followed by a few Bulldogs for an impressive team run for University of Minnesota Duluth. Emily, nice finish. Really good kick. We have a few racers still out there on the course, finishing it up. The Duluth girls unofficially winning the race here. Unofficially, but they had to have had at least 10 girls in the top 20. Just a great run, a really strong team, really deep. Their top 3 looking great here. We'll look to see how they do as the year progresses and probably make another run when they get to nationals down in Joplin. Not to put the cart ahead of the horse, but they look great early on in the season. Currently ranked 4th in the nation, University of Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs. And that was the 10-minute call for the Dragon men and the rest of the men in this field here. unofficially the UMD Bulldogs with the first place finish for the women here in this 4K race. And the Dragon women, second place. Individually, we have Molly Montoni taking the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please clear the starting area. Please clear the starting area. Thank you.
Clayton's listening.
You can see who's listening.
No, he texted me. That was a pretty good finish,
Dude,
though.
that looks like the chick that won.
Just gotta get going.
You can't ask for a more exciting finish than we got here tonight with Mai Montoni taking the victory. Very exciting race. Let's see how this men's race shapes up. The men will be racing 3 laps for a 6K race. That's pretty good, though. The setup is essentially a really large rectangle, very flat, not many hills. In fact, one hill, if you can call it a hill, very small, about 400 meters after the start. You take a left, just left turns, big rectangle,
It's just gonna be him because he can't take
flat and fast.
too much in the car. Cool. You just need a good 3-10 off the top of the air. This will work for you.
I believe these are our last 2 finishers for the women's race from Minot State here. Finishing up that 4K race. The men are set to go here in 6 minutes. The Dragon men took first at the Randy Smith last year, looking to repeat today.
To the start of the men's race, 5 minutes.
5 minutes to the start of the men's race. Dragons will have a few runners who are not competing tonight. But those who are include Brady Spiker, the junior from Perham, Minnesota. Tyler Hennon, the senior out of DGF. Jay Buer, the sophomore from Medina, Minnesota. Luke Himmelsbach will also be racing for the Dragons, the sophomore from Battle Lake. And Brandon Selbig, the junior from Wayland, New York. I know Brandon has some family tuning in tonight for this race. Shout out to Brandon's family and friends back in New York. He's going to have an awesome race tonight. That's Brandon Selbig, the junior. He was a part of the national team last year, taking 26th as a team down in Louisville at the national meet. Josh Young will also be competing for the Dragons. He's a redshirt freshman from Moorhead High School, but look for him to make some noise as he competed for the Dragons last year in outdoor track and field. and had a great meet at the NSIC championships. Josh Ernst, the Chico State transfer. He's a redshirt freshman for the Dragons. I'm not 100% sure if he will be racing tonight, but you can look for him. Spencer Bergen, a freshman for MSUM, will be racing. He's from Richfield, Minnesota. All right, 3 minutes to the start of the men's race. Last year for Concordia, Carl Wallin, the junior, then the sophomore, finished 5th at the Randy Smith. Not sure if he'll be competing tonight, but if he is, look for him to be up in the top pack. From Minot State, Joel Cartwright, he was top 10 at the Randy Smith in 2013, redshirted last year due to Minot not having enough people to form a team. VCSU should be returning Malik Jackson, who finished 32nd at the Randy Smith last year. VCSU is under a coaching change, and they'll have a first-year coach here tonight. So I'm unsure what to expect from Valley City. The Dragons are looking to repeat as champions here. The Randy Smith finished 3rd at the NSIC last year, 4th in the Central Region, and 26th at the national meet. 2 minutes here until the start of the men's race. Brady Spiker, Tyler Hennon, Luke Himmelsbach, and Brandon Selbig. Those are the 4 who were competing down in Louisville at the national meet last year. Look for them to be leaders here tonight.
Okay. Just to take it off? You said it reconnected over there, Joe? Over on the far side of the field?
Spiker finished 3rd here at the Randy Smith last year. Tyler Hennon finished 19th. Jay Buer, 22nd. They'll be looking to improve on that placement this year at this year's 2015 Randy Smith Twilight race. Last year was an 8K. This year we're doing a 6K, comprising of 3 2,000-meter loops. Makes it great for the spectators. It's easy to run back and forth to see the athletes at many spots throughout the race. And there's the gun, and the runners are off. We're underway here at the 2015 Randy Smith Invitational 6K race for the men here tonight. We have a big pack here as the runners make their way and filter out. Looks like we have some red and white out in the front early. I see 3 or 4 Dragons right out to the front right away. They're not messing around. They're not trying to take any chances in the pack there and tripping up on people. They went right to the front, asserting themselves in this race. We're having some technical difficulties, and we're not going to be able to bring to you the camera view from the lead cart. But we're going to be doing our best to get those views to you.
Reluctantly crouch at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and muscle
All right, viewers, and now we're bringing you the view from the lead cart here. It looks like we have some red and white out in front right away. They're going to be making their second left turn here and getting to the long straightaway stretch portion of the race, coming right by the light here.
Is anybody sending in tweets to MSUM Twilight?
That's like,
Get the commentator's job. We just lost it. They're throwing you a shout out here.
who is?
Ben Johansson. Get this commentator to jobber. Talk to him, man.
Is that on the screen right
Yeah.
now?
So Ben J. Hansen.
I appreciate the shout out, Ben. I'll do my best here as the Dragons make their way to the front of the pack. Looks like they're off to a great start here. Just 2 minutes into the race, but it's looking good early. We have a 6K race tonight, comprising of 3 laps, 2,000-meter laps. The MSUM women took second place unofficially behind the UMD Bulldogs. Individually, we had Molly Montoni taking home the championship with an excellent kick to outkick Emmy Trost for Duluth with an exciting race and a great finish. Now we're on to the men's race. We're 3 minutes in here at the men's race. Brady Spiker finished third here at the Randy Smith last year in the AK. He's looking to improve on that finish. It's tough to do. There's only 2 spots in front of it, but he's going to try his best to take the top spot. Spiker was also 15th at the NSIC championships last year, taking second team all NSIC. And he was 29th at the Central region and 148th at the NCAAs down in Louisville.
Coach Jonas throwing us some love.
Athletes are running right by the 20th Street railroad tracks now as this train goes by them and honks his horn. They're looking to make their third turn here, approaching mile 1. They're about to go by a light, and I'll be able to get a glimpse. All right, now on the far south side of the course, I'm now seeing a pack of, looks like 3 white jerseys, meaning 3 Dragons out into the front. That's unofficial, of course. I'm about a quarter mile away, but the naked eye is telling me that we have some Dragons out in the front. We have some AC/DC pumping in the background. We have hundreds of fans out here tonight. We have a train honking at us. We have glow sticks lining the course. Some manual lights all around. It's a great atmosphere. 60 degrees here in Moorhead. Perfect temperature for a distance race. The Dragons just edged out Duluth last year in the men's race at the Randy Smith in the 8K race. The Duluth men are not here tonight. However, their women dominated the field in the women's race. And here they come. Looks like we have Jay Buer up in front. Running right with him is Brady Spiker. And Josh Ernst, the transfer from Chico State, is also up there. We have a Dickinson State runner running up in the lead pack. Josh Young trailing. And here we go, trickling in. We have a Valley State runner. We have Luke Himmelsbach leading a pack of 5. And Spencer Bergen trying to catch up and close the gap on that pack of 5. He's a freshman for the Dragons. He's looking great, though. He's running top 20 as of right now. Here's a pack of some Valley City and Jamestown guys coming through. So we have 3 Dragons in the front. and a Dickinson State runner. Those three dragons consisted of Jay Buer, the sophomore sensation from Medina. He was 22nd here at the meet last year. He's looking to improve on that tonight. We also have Brady Spiker, the junior from Perham, Minnesota. He finished 3rd at this meet last year, 15th at the conference, and he had a very impressive indoor and outdoor track season last year. He's looking to keep that momentum rolling here tonight in Moorhead. Also, I haven't spent much time talking about him, but up in that lead pack was Joshua Ernst, the transfer from Chico State. He's a redshirt freshman, but look for him to make some noise in the NSIC this year. Joshua Ernst specializes with the 10K. Brady Spiker has more of an 800, 1500 mentality, which is always good for a kick in a race like this. So we had 3 dragons up in the front, followed closely by a runner from Dickinson State. Trailing them is Moorhead's own Josh Young, the Spud. They're on their second loop here.
Who's in the lead? Any idea?
Looks like Jay Buer still leading that pack, but that pack is all within 5 meters. We have Jay Buer, Brady Spiker, Joshua Ernst, the transfer from Chico State, the redshirt freshman, looking to make some noise here in Moorhead tonight. And they're followed closely by a Dickinson State runner, so you can't rule him out. Dickinson State traditionally has a lot of really good mid-distance runners between the 800, 1,000, 1,500, and mile distances. So they always have a dangerous kick. You can never count your chickens before they're hatched when you're in a race with Dickinson State. The runners are making their way onto the backstretch now for their second lap. The course is lined with lights and glow sticks and hundreds of fans out here tonight in Moorhead. It's a cool 60 degrees, which is perfect temperature for a distance runner. We have some music pumping in the background, and these guys should be feeling great and ready to throw down a fast time here on the 6K course.
So we lost the tower again. Can you zoom out so that it's not so bumpy? There. Where is he?
The runners are still on the back stretch of their... I can see their silhouettes there by the railroad tracks on the west side of the course as they're finishing up their second lap. They're well over halfway done with their second lap, meaning they are over halfway done with the completion of this race. It is just a 6K race, and these guys are already past the 3,000 meter mark. We'll bring you an update of the leaders here as they come around mile 2 and take another left after mile 2, and they'll be coming right at us. We'll get a great view of these runners. At the 2K mark, it was Buer, of MSUM, Spiker of MSUM, Ernst of MSUM, and a Dickinson State runner. We'll see if one of these runners tries to break away here on the final lap. And the cart has made that final left turn as they approach us, and the runners are following closely behind. We still have a lot of white jerseys, which can be confusing because Dickinson State is also wearing a white jersey. It's not just the Dragons here. Here comes the league cart. They're about 150, 200 meters away from the finish line, but they have one more lap to complete. They're approaching 4,000 meters. We still have a tight pack of 4 here. We have a biker on the course. Cut off those runners a little bit. But here we go. Oh, the pack has now gained a runner. We're up to 6 runners here. Buer in the lead, followed by Dickinson State, Brady Spiker, Josh Young, another Dickinson State. Josh Ernst, the true freshman, the transfer. He's looking like he's hurting a little bit there in the 6th spot. And here we have a pack of 3 with Tyler Hennon, Brandon Selbig, and Joel Cartwright. Brandon Selbig from Wayland, New York, running strong here, trying to get the top 10, followed by a Dickinson State guy, Jamestown, another Dickinson, and Valley City. The most impressive thing was seeing that pack of 5, Josh Young, really moving up, getting into that front pack. Josh Ernst falling back a bit. Josh Young has a dangerous 800 kick. Here comes Spencer Bergen in the top 20 for the Dragons, followed closely by Luke Himmelsbach, Malik Jackson from Valley City. Oh, Valley City runner. A lot of Valley City, Dickinson runners, Jamestown guys coming in through here. A few Concordias. It's looking like Carl Wallin is not in the race. He would most likely be up in that front pack. Talented young runner for Concordia. Here we have some Minot people, some Concordia people coming through on your screen. Couple Jamestown runners as they enter their 3rd and final lap of this 6K race, running that final 2K loop. I'm excited to see these leaders. We had a tight pack up in front, a pack of 6 consisting of 2 runners from Dickinson State. Jay Buer was off with the early lead. We had Brady Spiker in the mix. We had Josh Young moving his way up from the first lap to the second lap. And we had Joshua Ernst fading a little bit off of that front pack. That's 4 Dragons and 2 Blue Devils from Dickinson State in the front pack. Wait, what's the Dickinson State mascot? Blue Hawks. We'll go with that. Here we have some runners finishing up their second lap. Minot State, Jamestown. Minot State's making their move back into the NSIC this year. Last year they did not have 5 guys to field a team, and therefore they could not compete at the NSIC championships. They must have got on their recruiting, and now they are going to try and make some noise in the NSIC this year. Call them Blue Devils. This race is shaping up to have a great finish here. If that pack stays as tight as they were on that second and first lap, we are in for one heck of a finish. We have Spiker. He has a dangerous kick, a great 800, 1500 runner. Josh Young as well with the 800, 1500 expertise. And the Dickinson runners are known for their middle distance strength. So look for them to have strong finishes here. Jay Buer, more of a 10K, 5K, 10K guy, but he came into cross country season this year in shape and ready to rock and roll. We also have Josh Ernst in that front pack, the transfer from Chico State. He's a true freshman. He looked like he was fading a little bit on that second lap, but we'll see if he can find his second wind and close that gap up with the leaders. Tons of fans out here tonight. We have girls teams running around the course doing their cool downs, cheering on their guys teams. We have hundreds of fans. We have glow sticks lining the course. We have some music pumping in the background. It's a great night for some racing. Dipping into the upper 50s now. All right, and here comes the lead cart, and these men are 200 meters out and finishing up the race. Right in the way. That's Brady Spiker for the Dragons, right behind the lead cart with a strong finish here in the men's 6K. The fans are cheering on Brady. Here he comes down the chute. Throwing up the ones as he takes his first place finish. Josh Young, the redshirt freshman, the former Moorhead Spud, finishing in second, throwing up the twos. We have Jay Buer in third. It's going to be close. Celebrating down the chute, we have a Dickinson runner finishing in fourth, a Dickinson runner finishing in fifth. Dragons taking the top three here tonight at the Randy Smith 6K. We have a Dickinson runner, sixth place finisher here. 1, 2, 3 for the Dragons, 4, 5, 6 for Dickinson. A strong finish here for Tyler Hennon, the senior, followed closely by Joel Cartwright. Minot State finishing in eighth. Couple more Dragons. Brandon Selbig of Wayland, New York, coming in for the top 10 finish. Joshua Ernst as well for the top 10 finish. And that rounds out your top 5 for MSUM. We have a Jamestown runner coming in here and a few more Dickinson State runners. Dragons take top 3 back-to-back years at the Randy Smith Invitational. A new lineup this year: Spiker, Young, Buer. 1, 2, 3. We have a tight race here to finish off our top 20. We have a Dickinson State, a Minot State, a Valley City, and an MSUM. That's Spencer Bergen, the true freshman for the Dragons, finishing up unofficially in the top 20. Spiker taking the victory for the Dragons in the 6K race. Young coming in second. The redshirt freshman, Josh Young, with a great kick. Jay Buer was also hanging in strong there for that third place finish. Phenomenal finish for the Dragons, going 1, 2, and 3. Here we have some strong kicks coming in here. Luke Himmelsbach trying to finish up the race, not get past in the chute. Looks like he's limping a little bit. He does have a little bit of a toe issue going on. Let's hope he's okay. I was really impressed with the way those MSUM runners were able to come away with the top 3 finish, knowing that those Dickinson State guys have tough kicks. Great to see a 1, 2, 3 finish for MSUM. Dickinson State running impressive. 4, 5, 6 for the NAI school, Dickinson State. Brandon Selbig also finishing in the top 10 for the Dragons. And Joshua Ernst. That was your Dragon top 5. Matt Lillehagen for Concordia finishing up his race in the 6K here at the Randy Smith. Excuse me, Luke Lillehagen for Concordia. We have a couple runners here finishing up their 6K race at the Randy Smith. Dragons unofficially taking the victory. It's hard to beat a 1-2-3 finish, even if your 4th and 5th runners are way back, which they weren't tonight. We had 5 guys for MSUM finishing in the top 10, getting their shirts for the Randy Smith 2015 meet. Tyler Hennon also making a great run for the Dragon. I forgot to mention him. He was also top 10. I believe unofficially 6 Dragons in the top 10 unofficially. Joel Cartwright was the Minot State athlete to watch in the NSIC this year. And it showed tonight. He was definitely the front runner for that squad of Minot State runners, mixing it up with some of the top guys. It's good to see that program bouncing back from last year. Dickinson State running very well as a team tonight, finishing 4th, 5th, and 6th. Hey, that was an awesome finish. Josh? 2nd. Yeah. The winner for the men tonight, Brady Spiker, the Perham native. He was 3rd at this meet last year. He takes 1st tonight. Coming in 2nd was Josh Young, the redshirt freshman from Moorhead High. He's going to make an impact on this Dragon squad this year. 3rd place overall, Jay Buer. He was 22nd at the Randy Smith in 2014. He's 3rd here tonight. He made quite the jump. You can tell the guys that put in good summers, they really stand out from the rest of them. And Jay Buer, it really showed that he put in the work this summer, finishing 3rd here at the Randy Smith. Jay Buer, just a sophomore, finishing in 3rd. We also had Brandon Selbig, the junior from Wayland, New York. He was part of that national team last year in the top 10. Here tonight, Tyler Hennon, same story, part of the national team last year, senior from DGF, finishing in the top 10. Josh Ernst, the newcomer to MSUM, redshirt freshman, also finishing in the top 10. Unofficially, 6 runners in the top 10 for the Dragons. That's Josh Young, your runner-up tonight. Josh Young hails from Moorhead High. He was a former Spud, now turned Dragon. Redshirt freshman. Making some noise tonight, finishing in 2nd. He has 3 years after the completion of this year of eligibility. We have a few more runners here trickling in. Minot State runner finishing his race up, the 6K race here tonight. So the Dragons taking home the individual title on the women's side and the men's side tonight at the Randy Smith Invitational. Dragon men unofficially taking first place, taking home the crown back-to-back years at the Randy Smith. The women unofficially coming in second behind University of Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs.
We're going to start with the women's awards in 15
Individually, we had the champion hailing from MSUM on both the women's side and the men's side. Molly Montoni for the women and Brady Spiker for the men.
Take me off. Where are they doing the awards?
I don't know. I think that's where they're doing it too.
I should have told me so. I thought that was the last one.
Correction on the women's awards. We will begin in 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes for the women's awards.
I walked all the way over there. So that's the one light they drove on. I walked all the way over there. It's like a 20 long turn. You wiped out?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
I was jumping off, and I should have told him to slow down.
Class kids. So everybody was in the class. We should go over there for awards. Wounded warrior.
What?
He's over by the table.
Chips?
In the class?
I have no clue. Sorry, Bailey.
Well, I don't think they had a film crew in mind when they set up lighting.
We're just like, we can't see him.
Yeah, no, they got.
You guys haven't been on for like 10 minutes.
They got.
Oh, okay.
They got all that.
Cash is sorry, I'll buy you jams.
He's over by that table over there.
1, 2, 3.
Stuff up.
I don't think I need to talk anymore.
you were on the internet the whole time.
Joe, do you know which one is which?
Open the boxes and find out, because one fits in one and one fits in the other.
This is where the one with the antenna is, and then it's where the one with the...
It's the old, the pterodactyl from last year goes in the big one.
This is the new one?
Yep. That wasn't good. I think we did okay for our first string.
Going full speed.
Are you looking golf?
I get it very well. I was going to get out there. We go for water. Make them drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have you get
report stand, please. The top 10 individuals in the girls division, please report to the awards stand.
I was cold the entire day. Until I finally regret wearing shorts. They want to be fun with this sports.
Ladies, as your names are called, can you please come forward and receive your top 10 shirts? In 10th place from MSU Moorhead, Emily Mamanga. In 9th place from Minnesota Duluth, Erica Seidenkrantz. In 8th place from Minnesota Duluth, Allison Gerard. In 7th place from Minnesota Duluth, Mackenzie Holt. In 6th place from MSU Moorhead, Marissa Carlson. In 5th place from MSU Moorhead, Mackenzie Smith. In 4th place from Minnesota Duluth, Brianna Colbinson. In 3rd place from Minnesota Duluth, Hannah Olson. In 2nd place from Minnesota Duluth, Emily Trost. And your winner in a time of 13:48 from MSU Moorhead, Molly Montoni. And now for the top 3 teams for placing. With the winner, please come forward and receive your trophy. In 3rd place, with a team score of 94, Concordia. In 2nd place, with a team score of 39, MSU Moorhead. And your team winner for the women's 4K for Minnesota Duluth, or for the score of 24 points, Minnesota Duluth.
I know, it's so nice, like everyone's cheering for me. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they'll get you.
Okay, you guys, we gotta face that way.
Face the way you work. This way.
Hey.
I'm over there and I'll get your picture for you.
Hey, where's our... Let me get one. I'm so close to him. I can't see the one over there. Sorry. Okay. Wait.
And now for our top 10 on the men's sides. In 10th place from MSU Moorhead, Josh Ernst. In 9th place, from MSU Moorhead, Brandon Selbig. In 8th place, from Minot State, Joel Cartwright. In 7th place, from MSU Moorhead, Tyler Hannon. In 6th place, from Dickinson State, Eddie Menendez. In 5th place, from Dickinson State, Jeffrey Segovia. In 4th place, from Dickinson State, Aiden Third. In 3rd place, from MSU Moorhead, Jay Buer. In 2nd place, from MSU Moorhead, Josh Young. And your winner, in a time of 19 flat, from MSU Moorhead, Brady Spiker.
Gentlemen, we're going to make you spin around here so we get a better picture with you guys. Facing this direction. That's great. Don't we all get any t-shirts? Brady, we're down here selling this on eBay right now. Amazon. Any t-shirts?